So Donald Trump Jr. Was widely mocked on social media for tweeting out a report on air pollution. Now, this report is basically showed that air pollution tends to hurt disproportionately blacks and Hispanics. Now, his his take on that was widely mocked. He said, "Just when you thought you've seen it all, now we have racist air. This insanity has to stop." Now, look, again, this is in reference to a study that found that black Americans are exposed to 56% more pollution than they cause through consumption, while Hispanics are exposed to 63% more than they add to the atmosphere. So, look, and the reason, of course, is that you have people that live in these areas that are near factories, or inner cities, a lot of cars, a lot of traffic, bigger cities, etc. So, yeah, poverty has a lot to do with where you live. So, if you live in a poorer area, more than likely you're surrounded by places that put off more pollution. So, yeah, you're going to have more problems with dirty air. Now, Trump, as I said before, racist air. You realize over 100,000 Americans die from air pollution each year. That's more than car crashes and murders combined. Nonetheless, old Don Jr. here thinks it's an absolute joke. Well, in reality, the joke is him, and social media users on Twitter went to remind him of that. So I'm going to read some of the better responses here. Christopher says, "Trust me, the air in Malibu is a lot different than the air downtown." Or, for example, at Mar-a-Lago. Vicky M. WV says, "Did you even read the article? Can you read? Your dad did give a lot of money to the college you went to. Did you read there?" Oh, I love that. Because, look, we don't know for certain, but I think there's a pretty good chance that the people, like, for example, we have that college admissions scandal going on, right? Would it really be surprising that Trump's family might have done the same thing, or at least gave donations to certain colleges? That's the way to do this whole college entrance scam legally, right? So you have legacy admissions, which, again, is super, super gross, but unfortunately it is a legal way to get your kids into college, even if they're not smart enough. And that's certainly what Donald Trump's daddy did for him, because Donald Trump, not smart enough to go to college on his own. And it really is a slap in the face to the people who can't afford to go to college, but actually are smart. But anyway, moving on. Kenton Cole says, "You really are ignorant. It's obvious your daddy bought your way through school." Again. "When's the last time you saw an industrial plant surrounded by million-dollar homes? Sewage plants mixed in with wealthy homes? Yet minority homes are." And again, that's a good point, and that's another way poverty kills you. More. Aswin Periodin says, "Idiocracy was supposed to be a sci-fi movie, not actual reality." Yeah, but you guys know the plants, they crave electrolytes. That's what they crave. More. Jenny C says, "You're right. We must start dumping pollution in low-income, disproportionately minority areas. It's immoral and insane. Oh, but I forgot. You're unfamiliar with the concept of morals. Insanity, on the other hand, is an old, familiar friend." That's a good tweet. A dissident is here, says, "Let's connect the dots for the thinking impaired. NIMBY means people with wealth and power can block development of pollution-generating enterprises where they live. Neighborhoods in poverty are the default location." Bernie Bro 99, love the name. "It's not the air, dumbass. It's the corporations and politicians that enable this disparity." Dave Bratton says, "Junior, I didn't think it was possible, but you've outdone yourself with this one. Hashtag peak stupidity." Donna says, "Take a day off, Junior." And let's see. LH looks at maybe making a science experiment out of this. "Someone should study this guy to scientifically prove whether or not ignorance is actually bliss." Love it. And finally, Carol Davis says, are you actually saying that from the top floor of Trump Tower, you hear the same level of noise, breathe in the same level of car exhaust? I mean, I know that you're just a low-life elephant murderer, but at least you ought to know what privilege protects you, right? And again, a lot of great points here, and a lot of mocking, of course, towards Don Jr. Look, I've been confused because I don't know which one is the dumber one, Eric or Don Jr. But maybe, look, as far as IQ goes, maybe Eric is the dumber one, but he generally keeps his mouth shut. So Don Jr. might actually be more stupid because he can't help himself. So I think I've just figured it out. It's Don Jr. that's the dumber Trump kid. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.